Hello guys, in this video I am going to be explaining you about the techniques cryptography and steganography. Cryptography includes symmetric key encipherment, asymmetric key encipherment and hashing. Symmetric key encipherment, it is a technique which includes a single key to encrypt and decrypt. As shown in the diagram, the sender and receiver firstly have to share the private key securely through a secure line or a trusted courier or a secret meeting. Using that key, sender encrypts the data into a ciphertext. In the same way, in the receiving end, receiver decrypts the ciphertext into original plain text in order to receive the message sent by the sender. Whereas in case of asymmetric translation or technique is done using two keys. One is public key and the other one is private key. Sender uses its private key and the receiver's public key to encode the data, whereas the receiver uses its private key and the sender's public key to decode the data and to get the original plain text. These keys and the plain text undergo encryption algorithm in order to get the ciphertext, whereas in the receiver end, the ciphertext and the keys undergo decryption algorithm in order to get the plain text. An example is given here using Alice and Bob's conversation using symmetric encipherment. In this example, Alice is sending data to Bob. During encryption, Alice is using Bob's public key and Alice's private key to encrypt the data and getting the ciphertext. In the receiving end, Bob is using his private key and Alice's public key to decrypt the data, to decrypt the ciphertext and get the. Next is hashing. Hashing is a technique that creates a fixed length digest from variable length messages. That is, it converts a set of strings into a single length strings. Whereas the digest is much smaller than the message. In this case, both message and the digest has to be sent by the Bob, that is the sender. An example is given below of a simple hash function. Here, the first string is fox. And it undergoes a cryptographic hash function and creates a digest. In the second case, the message is too big. The red fox jumps over the blue dog. It undergoes again a hash function and it creates 0086 blah 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 blah, and the length of the two digests are the same. Whereas the inputs are fox and the red fox jumps over the blue dog, which is much more bigger than the first string. Hence, we can say that by choosing the appropriate hash function, we can make the hashing technique an efficient cryptographic technique. Our next topic is steganography. The word steganography is taken from a Greek words stegno and graphine, which means protected writing or covered writing. It includes text cover, image cover, audio cover, video cover, etc. In this video, I will be explaining about text cover and image cover. Text cover is covering the secret data by the overlapping text. The text cover includes many methods. In that, the first method is using space between words, that is, use single space between words to represent binary 0 and similarly double space to represent binary 1. An example, letter A, which ASCII value is 65, whose binary value is 01 0000001, can be covered by the text. This book is mostly about cryptography and not steganography. Here we can see after this we have one space which represents this 0, and after book we have two spaces which represents 1, and after is there is a single space which represents this 0. Similarly, we can further notice that all zeros are represented by single space and ones are represented by double spaces. The second method is use dictionary of words. If we have a dictionary containing 2 articles, 8 verbs, 32 nouns and 4 prepositions, then we agree to use cover text that always use the sentence with the pattern article, noun, verb, article and again noun. That is, if we have the minimum of this much values, then we are allowed to use this technique. First, we have to divide the given data into chunks of 16-bit That is, in that the first bit is article, and the next 5 bits are noun, and the 4 bit is for verb, and again the next bit is for the article, and the last 5 bits are for nouns. Consider an example here. Secret message hi can be sent by encapsulating within a message a friend called a doctor. We can see that the message a friend called a doctor is of the form article, noun, verb, article and noun, where a is article, friend is noun and called is a verb, and so on. At first, the message is divided into a 16-bit chunks of binary data, and then it's divided into 1 bit, 5 bit, 4 bit, 1 bit, 5 bit respectively, in order to store in article, noun, verb, article and noun, as clearly shown in the next steganographic method is image cover. This is similar to text cover, whereas the secret data is covered by the image instead of text. For this, we use LSB technique, that is least significant bit technique. As we know, each image is made up of pixels, and each pixel represents the combination of colors. As we know, the image is made up of thousands of pixels. Changing the border pixels, that too, the least significant bits of the border pixels won't affect the image much. Here, we are changing the least significant bits of the border pixels. The method follows setting the least significant bits of the border pixels to 0. Now hide the binary data in the image. That is, if the binary digit is 0, keep the bit. If the binary digit is 1, then change the bit to 1. Now let us consider an example, hiding a letter M whose ASCII value is 77 and binary representation can be 001, 001 and 101. Let's choose the border pixels as pixel 1, 2, 3, and each pixel is of 24 bits. In each pixel, the least significant bit of each word is replaced by the data which we need to send. That is, the letters which are represented in bold letters, that is 001, 001 and 101, which are the data we need to send. And hence, we can say that steganography is more efficient than cryptography, wherein one cannot even make out whether the data is being sent or not. Thank you.